Hello everyone, I'm Rafael Alvarez and I almost just forgot my name. This is Alvarez Metalworks. So anyways, this video is, kind of goes hand in hand with me forgetting my name because I forgot to finish this video series. I shot a bunch of video clips about, October. I was hunting down a problem on my BMW that I have. It's a 2000 BMW 740iL. Okay, automatic transmission. I just purchased the car this summer, about August time I think it was. It was kind of spur of the moment type deal. Love the car, beautiful car, drives really good, love it. Was not a bad decision. Got a screaming deal on it, but it had some issues that I needed to work out. One of them was the ECM needed to be replaced. It had a lot of corrosion on it. We're not going to get into that. But the transmission ECM also had an issue. And in the process of me chasing that issue down, I decided I'm going to change out the transmission fluid, change out the filter in it, and I was going to change out a shift solenoid that's inside the transmission as well because it was throwing a code saying that it was bad. It was a short circuit on it. I was tracing wires and couldn't see any bad wires, so I figured maybe the thing is just bad. Ultimately, what it boiled down to is I changed out that shift solenoid for nothing because what it was the transmission ECU had some corrosion on the very bottom of it, real minimal, but it was enough to cause the issue. Basically just cleaned it up, put it back together, and everything worked fantastic. So disregard any talk in this video about that issue if I can't edit it out. This video right here is going to be solely just to show you guys how to change the fluid on the automatic transmission. Okay, no filter, no solenoid. I'm not going to show you the inside of the transmission. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys where the drain plug is and the fill plug and show you guys how to actually change the fluid, what you need to do it. Okay, what type of fluid that I'm using and how I'm actually doing it. I'm not going to show you guys the actual process of doing it because I didn't film that. But I'm going to show you what you need. I'm going to show you those parts and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so I got the car lifted. I'm laying here on the dirty floor. I wanted to quickly show you guys what I'm using to do this job. Number one, I've got Valvoline Max Life Full Synthetic ATF. This is an ATF that is approved for a 2000 BMW 740iL. Okay, I looked it up. If you look here on the back, I mean, it's not the only one, there's others, but here on the back, you got BMW, mine is LT71141. So before you guys go and just start putting any type of ATF in there, look it up online, find out what the recommended ATF is, and make sure that you're buying the proper stuff. So this works for, like I said, the 2000 740iL, V8 obviously, E38. And I'm using this transfer pump right here. I got all of this stuff at Walmart. I chose to go to Walmart just because I had to go there to get laundry detergent. I wasn't sure. This pump was like $3 or $4 or something, so wasn't a bad deal. I purchased one of these from, I believe, Harbor Freight. I have also looked at another one from Advanced Auto Parts. This is actually my favorite one, and let me show you why. It's got quick disconnects here. All the others that I've seen, you just push the tube in there, which is all fine and dandy, but the problem is when you're pumping oils through here, especially like the one I got from Harbor Freight, I was pumping gear oil through it for a manual transmission, a Nissan Pathfinder. The hose popped off at one point, made a huge fucking mess all over my pants and everything. So I really like this. Hopefully this transfer pump works out because I may get a couple more. Reason being is that I want to avoid mixing fluids. So this one will be used just for ATF. I'll mark it ATF. If I like it and I get more, then I'll mark those other ones for oil, gear oil, whatever it may be. So anyway, I've got the car up on the lift. I'm going to stop the video. I need to climb under here. I need to find where the check, the fill plug is. I know where the drain plug is, but I also need to get a better position so I can record this video for you guys. So sit tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm under the car, and what we're looking at here is the fill plug right here. It's a hex key Allen, most likely metric. That's what we're going to be filling. That's what we're going to be putting the fluid into. Okay, this is on the passenger side of the car, right next to the exhaust, obviously. Here's the drain plug on the transmission, which appears to be the same Allen key. This is basically what you're going to do. If you guys are familiar with filling up manual transmissions or differentials on domestic vehicles or any other vehicle, to be honest with you, it's the same process. You basically, underneath the vehicle, you got a top plug and a bottom plug. Bottom plug plugs the drain, top plug is the fill. You fill it up until it starts overflowing. Okay, with this being an automatic transmission, however, what we're going to do is we're going to top it off while the engine is off. Okay, then we're going to get in the car, put the drain or put the fill plug back in. We're going to get in the car, we're going to start it up, we're going to run it through the gears, and then we're going to put it back in park. We're going to climb back down here, we're going to pull that plug back out, and we're going to top it off. Do not forget to do that, okay? The reason why I say don't forget to do that is because you're talking about potentially 1 quart to 2 quarts of transmission fluid difference between filling it up without it running and filling it up while it's running. So, okay, so this is an 8mm socket or Allen, whatever you want to call it. It's on a 3/8 drive ratchet. I'm going to be using, if this fits. I'm sorry about the visibility issues here. You're just going to have to get over it. Because I'm under the car and I don't have a lift, nor do I have any help. So, if you can't see this at the moment, it's because I'm trying to get the ratchet onto that Allen. Okay, got it on there. It's very tight quarters, so okay, so I already got an issue going on here. Very hard to see, but you see my Allen is at an angle there because I'm hitting it. I do not want to strip that out, so I'm going to be right back. I need to get a better angle on this and do this properly. Sorry you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but it is what it is, and I need to not screw that up. Okay, so here I am to follow up with basically giving you guys a rundown on what needs to happen. As I said, I didn't film the part of me actually filling up the fluid. I'm kind of taking bits and pieces of these video clips and trying to create 2 videos out of them that will help you guys out. Ultimately, this is what you do. And I may have, I've touched on this a little bit in the video, but, I'm going to try to spell it out for you guys point blank. No ifs, ands, or buts or questions or anything. Drop the fluid. Pull the drain plug, let it all drain out, okay? Put your drain plug back in. I highly recommend getting new drain plugs. You can get them from BMW, they're really cheap. You can get them from a few other places as well. Get the new drain plug, get a new fill plug, because you may damage them. As you saw in the clip, I struggled getting the fill plug out. The drain plug was a little bit on the crusty side, so I replaced those both, okay? What you're doing is you're taking the transfer pump, you're filling up the transmission, you're pumping it into there until it overflows out of that fill plug. Okay, once it starts overflowing out of the fill plug, it's pretty simple. You take your fill plug, you put it back in. You don't need to snug it down, just put it in hand, get a few threads on it and call it done. get out of underneath the car, clean yourself up a little bit, get in the car, start it. Okay, the car's still up on the jack stand, so make sure that those jack stands are well supporting the vehicle. You should have done that before you got underneath the car, but double, triple check that. You're going to start the car. You're going to put it in reverse. You're going to give it a little bit of gas. Let it roll through the gear a little bit, okay? What it's doing is it's allowing the fluid to pump through the transmission and go through the whole shift process. And it's using the transmission fluid the way it would do normally. Hit the brake. Make sure the rear tires are completely stopped before you change gears, okay? Look out the door. Put it in drive. Go through the gear a little bit, maybe first and second gear. Get it to roll forward a little bit, okay? Hit the brakes. Get it to completely stop. Put it in park. Do not turn the engine off. While it's running, and you're going to want to do this fast or you're going to burn the hell out of your hand. And I'm just telling you this based off of experience. The exhaust pipe is extremely close to that fill plug. Climb back under the car while it is running and in park. And you're going to take your transfer pump and you're going to pump more fluid into the transmission. It should take about 2, maybe a little bit more quarts, depending on how much you put in there initially. It's going to take a pretty decent amount of more fluid before it starts running back out again. Once it starts running back out, you're going to put your fill plug back into it. I recommend tightening it completely before you shut the car off. You don't want to shut the car off and have the fluid start draining back into the pan and start dumping out your fill plug. So get it on there tight enough where you know that you're not going to spill any out. Turn the car off, make sure everything is snug down to where it needs to be. I don't know the actual torque settings. It's one of those deals where hand tight, or I don't want to say hand tight because it's not hand tight, you're using a wrench. Your guess is probably pretty decent as far as how tight it needs to be. Don't get carried away because you don't want to have that thing so tight that you can never get it off again. And don't do it so loose that it's potentially going to vibrate out. Take the risk or go figure out the torque settings and do it the proper way. So that's it. I hope that helped you guys out. Check my videos. I'm going to have the other video which shows how to change out that shift solenoid, as well as show you guys the internals on the transmission, the valve body and the filter, and what's involved with replacing that filter. Okay? So thank you guys for watching. Like always, subscribe, comment, like. Check out RoarkSupply.com. Use coupon code METAL to get 10% off your entire order all the time. Whatever you order, doesn't matter how much. That's my thank you to you guys, and Roark Supplies thank you to you guys as well for the support. And thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.